Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to FanZcene. Greg here, and today for you, streaming is the new way to dump films. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of streaming, and if you guys are fans of streaming, that's fine. If you stream, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean we can't be friends. We can't talk here. But my biggest problems with streaming, so many people ask me, is what it's basically done to entertainment in general and to movies and stuff like that. It's turned it into a content business of just wastable, disposable nothingness, and it's annoying. But Paul Schrader, the writer of The Taxi Driver and Raging Bull, and a very prolific filmmaker in and of it himself, recently did an interview with Variety, and he said some stuff that I thought, yeah, I want to cover this in a video. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, and we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts as we go along, as I do. And it says, speaking about his prolific and lengthy career, Schrader looked back at the days of the independent system in which he got his start. First as a writer on those early career-defining films of Martin Scorsese, then later as a director, starting with Blue Collar. And the independent film system is so important to this day and age, in my opinion, and we'll get more on that. It says, the industry keeps morphing, said Schrader, who has independently financed recent films, including The Card Counter, Master Gardener, and 2017 Oscar nominee First Reformed. The economic model keeps changing how to monetize the product, which is what it is. He said, I began in the studio system and made 4 or 5 films. That was already a different studio system in the 60s and 70s. Then it became an independent system, and then it became now driven by the streamers. Yes, it is very driven by the streamers, and I cannot stand that. It's what streaming has done. And I know I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to give you guys more of my thoughts here. It's aggravating me. I'm pinning up. I'm ready to talk. It says, Schrader said that his recent films have all been turned down by Amazon and Netflix, adding, unless you're one of the privileged babies, and we know who those filmmakers are, Snyder, but he's being canceled, are because they get all the attention. If you're not one of the babies, you just fly into the Bermuda Triangle of streaming, and the last thing you see is the vapor trails of your film. So basically, if you're not playing ball with the streamers, if you're not their favorites who will do what they tell you to do, make what they tell you to make, and put it out how they want you to put it out, then your film is nothing. And some of you may say, well, what does Paul Schrader know? He's old, he's past his prime, let these directors have their chance. You know what? That's fine. Yes, new directors, new ideals, new films need to be made. But here's the problem. When you have somebody like Paul Schrader who have written stuff like The Taxi Driver, Raising Bull, has made some movies that have been nominated for Oscars and stuff. If he can't even get support and help for a movie he's making through, and they just want to put it on streaming and forget about it, what does that bode well for all these new directors out there? Like, I've talked to so many independent film directors who would absolutely kill to have their movies presented more. Like, even talk with the Full Moon and them people, they have to pay like Amazon and Netflix or something if they're putting the movies on there to boost their movies, because they won't boost them organically. They won't. They will only boost the stuff they like, what they made, what they point for, and that's what they want you to see. They want you to see that in general. They're edited, gobbledygook, message-driven bullcrap that they will make, and people they can control. That's what they want. And these old hat guys like Paul Schrader and stuff, and they're not the only ones, that have come out and speak. These guys are, I think they need to be listened to a little bit, because it doesn't bode well for new generation of filmmakers and new ideals. That's why so many people, that's why you're not seeing as many new ideals and stuff. Yes, there are new original films. Yes, some of them are coming to theaters, and a lot of them are dumped on streaming, but they're not giving their chance. And that's why it's so much harder to find new films that maybe are a little different that you want to see. And he continues, because this is where he ends. Well, this is where we're going to end it right here, because this is where I was getting to the rest of it. He talks about Frank Sinatra and everything, but he says he cited Mother's Instinct, starring Jessica Chastain and Anne Hathaway, as an example of a film that received no support whatsoever. Just as I was talking about, after streaming release on Prime Video, that's the new way you dump films, he said. So see, there you have it. And you wonder why entertainment has become such a drag and such boring. Yes, like I said, there are films, newer films out there and stuff. Some of them are coming to theaters, some of them are put straight on streaming, but they're not getting that push, they're not getting that notice, because they're not playing by the rules of the streamers and everything today. Yeah, you could talk about this or that or whatever, things being shelved or whatever. Like, that's another thing they do now, like they shelf them. But like, basically all these movies are straight to streaming, and they're getting no support from anyone. They're just being left on streaming and just there to die. They're dumping them there to die. And like I said, if somebody like Paul Schrader it can't get a new movie, whether it's good or not. Yes, I know modern. Trust me, I don't like modern entertainment. I do not like modern new entertainment. Like I mentioned, it's message driven. It's content. It's not entertainment. It's content. It's just pure drag. It's pointless. It's gross. It's not fun. It's not entertaining. It's not serious. It's not dramatic. It's not action packed. It's just it's garbage. And it's maybe a film that maybe like somebody mentioned in my comments a while back when I was talking about this. They brought up the movie Trick or Treat, which was at one point in time originally supposed to go to theaters, not the Sammy Kerr one, but the other one, the anthology Trick or Treat. It was at one point in time supposed to go to theaters, and then the Warner Brothers did something happen and they pulled it down and ended up sending it straight to DVD and Blu-ray back in the day. Because back in the day, we still had the video store, went out there, and it built up a huge cult following. And now we are getting a brand new 4K Arrow big set of Trick or Treat coming out this year for Halloween. Amazing set, I'll probably buy it. But would that movie have had the same impact that it's had on the horror crowd and so many people and have the cult following it has now if it was just dumped on the streaming? Would it have that same following? I'm going to say no. I would say that would be something that would be quickly consumed, because of what they do. You consume entertainment. You don't watch and enjoy. It would have been quickly consumed and quickly forgotten about. Because let's be honest, most of the stuff on streaming is not geared towards older people like myself. That's why I sound like a boomer. That's why I'm complaining all the time. Oh, I miss the days of DVDs in the video store. That's why I complain about it, because I miss it. I do miss those days, because there was something special about those, and we got to experience films differently and enjoy and find something like Trick or Treat, which was early 2000s, by the way, not late 90s or 80s, early 2000s. Something like that caught on quick, and it's got a following now. And I don't think it would matter today, because most of streaming and digital and all that is geared towards a younger audience who can't watch stuff from like 20 years ago. And we're in 2024, so they can't watch stuff from like 2004. They can't do it. It's like old, like they see it and it's like a black and white film to them. It's ridiculous. And that's why all this streaming stuff like this. And it's another reason why I cannot get behind streaming. And like I said, I do have streaming. I have full moon features. I have shutters on streaming. But a lot of those is because, it's old stuff. It's old stuff on there. And I love Full Moon and I support them. And I have good friends within Full Moon and Shutter. I like watching Joe Bob Briggs. And that's basically why I have that. But streaming for the most part is just a dumping ground. And it's just a direct upon entertainment as far as I'm concerned. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Do you guys think a movie like Trick or Treat or some of those other movies would have succeeded if they were just dumped on streaming in today's day and age? Do you think so? What do you guys think about streaming? Do you like streaming? I mean, it's okay if you do like streaming. Like I said, it's okay. But I think you can't deny that some of the horribleness that it's done. And that's why I think I will, physical media is making a bit of a resurgence here and there, and I think that's why we need to support physical media. But let me know what you guys think about all this in my comment section down below. And if you liked what you saw here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing, hitting that bell for notifications. That'd be awesome if you're in your guys' subscriptions. Possibly share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help out my channel immensely. Thank you and shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all of your support. And to everybody watching, whether you like me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long. Wherever you all are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media, because it truly is the superior format. Godspeed.